Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I am going to share with you my Black Friday fabric and pattern haul. Some shopping that I did over Black Friday. I was going to do my fall wardrobe today, but to be honest, those videos take me a little bit to film because I'm trying on a lot of outfits. It's a lot of changing. It's like a full day process to do those videos, and I'm happy to do them, but I just ran out of time for this week. So my thought process is that next week on Tuesday, I will do my fall wardrobe, show you everything with that, and then on Friday next week, I'm going to talk about my plans for my winter sewing, the actual wardrobe, because obviously I'm sharing some plans with you today because I bought things in this Black Friday sale that only had plans, things that I am definitely making so that I'm trying to whittle down my stash, but obviously if I'm really trying to whittle down my stash, I wouldn't be shopping Black Friday sales. So just trying not to add fabric just because. And I'm slowly making my way through the last fairly big fabric haul that I did, which was in August when I got to go fabric shopping in person. I noticed that I have almost made it through everything that I bought for that. So excluding a couple of things I bought for my daughter just because I'm very tardy in making her some stuff. So, oops, that's gonna change. Okay, so Black Friday. I bought not a ton of stuff, but I bought some patterns and I bought some fabrics. And most of the fabrics go with patterns I bought, but that's not the case for all of these. So I've got a project for my son, a couple for me, and one for my daughter. So we will just kind of go through these. I've got a lot of, obviously, sewing planned here in December. But to be honest, it has gotten cold here, very cold. I mean, and we have chances for snow and stuff this week, it sounds like, some nasty weather. But that's kind of all I want to do is either, you know, even like in my free time, you know, like the weekends and that kind of stuff, I just want to be down here in my sewing cave sewing, or knitting. It's sitting in front of the TV knitting, one of the two things. So yes, I'm getting into hibernation mode. So it is not out of the realm of possibility that I will get through all of this stuff. Maybe not in December, but probably through, you know, early January. I will get through both the things that I said for my kids in the last video you watched a couple videos ago. I guess it was the last one, but also this stuff as well. Okay, so let's get in. For the first thing, so my son, bless his heart, he has all of a sudden started asking me for things to make, which I love. I feel like it's been my daughter. In fact, I've even had a couple people say things like, don't you ever make anything for your son? Because normally it's my daughter that's here on the channel. I also have very flat hair. It's like crazy windy outside, I don't know, or whatever. Anyway, but normally he just doesn't ask for things because he wears a lot of activewear. But recently he's been asking for things. I'm more than happy to do some sewing for him as well. So on top of the two things that I am making him, that I showed you those plans last week, I bought him some stuff to make him a second jacket. So he is very interested in having some layers. He loves a good vest that he'll pair, you know, over different layers. I think it just makes it easier for him when he's at school to take things off or to add things on depending on how warm or cold he is. I actually grabbed this pattern, oh gosh, quite a while ago. Hold on, and I grabbed it off it's got like the stand number on it, so hold on, let me pull out the actual number for the pattern. All right, so this is Simplicity 9190. I'll leave it linked down below in the description box, but it is this jacket's pattern for men. So I had seen and I don't even know what I am making this to recreate because I've not seen it, but he said he saw a kid at school that had a jacket and he said it was a plaid jacket and he was kind of describing it to me. So I was like, I don't know, you know, kind of what you're talking about, maybe not. Anyway, I think we figured out like a bomber style jacket in a buffalo plaid. So I showed him this pattern and I bought this with him in mind and he said, yes, this is exactly like what he wanted. And we're actually gonna do this version here, which is version A, which is quilted. And because he wants this a little bit heavier than what the fabric is. Because he wants to be able to just throw like a vest. He has a black Patagonia vest he wants to be able to throw onto it. So yeah, we're gonna do this version A, this quilted version. So we went over to Joann's, who was having a Black Friday sale. I can't remember. I think it was like doorbuster stuff, but their fleece was doorbuster. and that's what he was wanting. So you can only buy, when you buy things online to have them shipped from Joann's, you have to have like a 2-yard minimum, I think is what it is. But we were looking at this fleece online, and this is he said, yes, this is exactly what he had seen that he loved. So I think I got 3 yards of this, to be honest, because I was afraid 2 wouldn't be enough. And honestly, I haven't even looked at the pattern here. I mean, yeah, I probably need about 3, especially if I'm gonna be matching plaids. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I grabbed 3. I'm pretty sure I did. So anyway, we got this fleece. It's a little bit thinner though than he was wanting. So again, I am gonna quilt it to, I actually have some flannel backed satin in blue that was, I think I got it in my mentor Joyce's stash that I could have grabbed it, but I think that's what I'm gonna use to quilt. So then the shiny side, the satin side, will be the inside of the jacket, and then that flannel will just be an extra layer to keep a little bit of warmth, because it's one piece of fabric, but it's flannel on one side and kind of a polyester satiny on the other. So it'll go over sweatshirts and stuff like that really easily and comfortably. So we got this fabric, and then I grabbed some Ponte. I really do like Joann's. Their, what's it called? Their classic refined Ponte or whatever. And I bought it in black. And this was on, and it may have just been the black, was on like a really big discount. I think I paid like $6 a yard for it or something, when normally it's like 15 or 20. It was on one of their doorbusters for Black Friday, but I had to buy 2 yards, which is obviously way more than I need for the cuffs and, sorry, I keep throwing this on the ground. So for the cuffs and the neckband and the bottom here, I'll do all of that out of this Ponte, but I'll have enough to do like a pair of, I don't wear black, but my daughter will sometimes wear black on the bottom because she's a cool color palette, even though dark gray is a better, neutral for her, but on her bottom half she'll wear black because that usually pairs well with her lighter colors. Again, charcoal gray is better, but she does wear black on the bottom, so maybe a pair of pants for her at some point. So I didn't feel too out of it, or even for my mom. My mom wears black as well, and this Ponte is great for bottoms, so I might end up doing, you know, bottoms for somebody, because I will have plenty, but I had to order 2 yards. So I think I paid $40, $35 for all of this. It was really good. I think it's 3 yards of this and 2 of that. It was a really good deal. And then I've got some zippers and stuff in my stash. So that is for him. I don't know if I'll be making that one first or the gray jacket I'm doing for him first. He's trying to decide what he wants. Okay, the next thing, I did some pattern shopping. So, you know, we were at Thanksgiving and he's telling me about the jacket, so we just got on Joann's real quick to look. And yes, that's exactly what he wanted. We're planning that together, so that worked out well. And then I was looking at some patterns. I was kind of watching a couple of pattern companies to see what kind of deals they were having. Cashmerette was having a buy 2 get 1 free sale, and I was tempted to buy some of the patterns that are in the larger size range. However, I decided not to, simply because I find I'm a size 10 in their patterns, like a 10 with the GH cup almost perfectly. Now I do have to a lot of times size out, because she dressed her a very curvy figure, so a smaller waist to hip ratio than or a bigger hips waist to hip ratio, so where your waist is much smaller than your hips in comparison. Mine's not. I'm very straight through there, so a lot of times I have to grade out to at least a 12 at the waist, just because I don't need all of that curve, and then go back to a 10 at the hip, just to straighten it out just a little bit. And that fits me perfectly. Now her original size range started at a size 12, and while I probably could make that work on some patterns, it just starts to get a little too big in especially the upper chest on me. A 10 is just perfect. And so I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait and just buy, as she releases stuff in the her full size range, which is a size 0 to a size 32. As you know, she does that, I'll just be buying patterns. So one of her patterns, so I actually didn't even get this on a deal because I didn't buy 3. I only needed 1. I own all of her patterns that are in the smaller size range, except for the Stanton hoodie, the sweatshirt and hoodie, and I was just kind of waiting on that. I didn't have an immediate need for it, but I kind of thought, you know, I will probably want to add that to my list just because it's a great sweatshirt hoodie, and it's really hard to find sweatshirts and hoodie type patterns that fit a large bust well. Now, the llama hoodie by Itch to Stitch is magical and looks great with the princess seaming. I'm wearing the Sloan sweatshirt or sweater from Love Notions, which comes with the full bust option. But it's just really hard not to look boxy when you have a large chest in, you know, like a sweatshirt, just because it's meant to be a little bit oversized. So I knew I wanted to own it at one point, so I bought it. Again, not on any deal, but I'll show you fabric as I'm talking through the patterns. So StyleMaker Fabrics was having a 20% off sale for Black Friday. I don't think I've ever seen them do that. I could be wrong. She may have run them before, but I really feel like the only big sales that she does, when she does her like fall release and then like her fall winter release and then her spring summer release, she'll do like $5 shipping or like a flat rate shipping depending on where you are in the world. And then she gives out birthday coupons, so you can get the 20% off birthday coupons. But other than that, I mean, you can find things like on the selvage yards and stuff like that when she's got like remnants or, you know, just that sort of thing. It's like in her selvage yard where she just has small yardages of things or even things that go on sale. But as far as like site-wide sales, that doesn't happen very often. So I hopped on over there because I did. And I got some of this, this is See You at 6, French Terry. Isn't that beautiful? And I grabbed it, because it was on sale. I just really like the random print. I love this like bright coral. And then it's got this kind of a terracotta color is in my color palette. But I also, this bright coral is in my coppery spring. And then it's got like the brown. It's got black in there too, but you know, we can pretend that's navy. Actually, if you really look at it, this is like a dark teal. Some of these splotches. I mean, some of these are definitely black, and then there's some dark brown, and there's even some like paler coral, which is also in my color palette. So I thought this would make a great Stanton sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what version I'm going to do, but this also came with the matching ribbing. So I bought some of that. I bought like 2/3 of a yard of the matching ribbing. I just love that. It just makes it look so professional. So I think I got 2 yards of the French Terry, 2/3 of a yard or half of a yard of the ribbing to do a Stanton hoodie. So I bought this with the pattern in mind. So I bought the pattern and the fabric ready to make it. I am gonna sew for my kids though first because they are being very patient and waiting, and I owe them a lot. All right, so then after that, so I got that from Cashmerette, and then I went over to, there were a lot of good pattern sales. Itch to Stitch had a 25% off one, although I think I own all the patterns. Not all the patterns, but I own all of her patterns that that I are on my wish list. Whether that be, you know, I do get given patterns when I pattern test. So pretty much all the newer ones I already own, just because I've pattern test for them. But yeah, there wasn't really anything I needed from there. What else did I look for? I was looking at Pattern Emporium. I was really hoping she would have a big sale, but she only had a sale on a certain set of patterns. It wasn't on like the whole pattern category, and the ones that were on sale weren't ones that were on my wish list. So anyway, okay, so that being said, I did go over Deer & Doe was having, I feel like Deer & Doe was having like a 30% off. And the reason I went over to Deer & Doe is because she drafts for an hourglass figure. So she drafts, I think, for a C cup and then a large waist to hip ratio. So, you know, a much smaller waist than you have hip. So like an hourglass and or I guess her bottoms would be great for pear shape as well. But my daughter fits her patterns really well. I have done a couple of different kits for Minerva now that are Deer & Doe, and I've made them for her. And I have to do almost 0 alterations. I'll lengthen the torso a little bit because my daughter has a very long torso. But other than that, that's like all I need to do. She's like a straight size 4 in Deer & Doe patterns. I think it's a 4, maybe a 2. Can't remember, doesn't matter. So I told her, I was like, is there anything on here that looks interesting to you? Because I wanted to buy for myself the Sirocco jumpsuit. I just think that it might be flattering on me, even though I'm not an hourglass per se. I think that knit jumpsuit just looks really comfortable. It'd be great in the shorts and the short sleeve in the summer, but I'm very interested in the pants version for the cooler months that I could just throw a cardigan on with or whatever and go, or a crop jacket, you know, that kind of thing. So I did want to get that for myself. I may end up making her one too, but I bought, okay, so she went through and picked some. And so I got her the Luzarine trench coat. She was really interested in a trench coat, which I think is amazing. She loved the goji shorts. There's the goji shorts and skirt, so we grabbed that one. I think those in rayon are going to be so good for her this coming, like in summer. She actually had a pair when she was younger, and they had pom-pom fringe along the hem of them, and she loved them, but they shrunk. They were like a ready-to-wear pair, and they shrunk so much just being washed, not even like dried or anything. Obviously I pre-washed my fabric, so we wouldn't have that issue, and I use better rayon, but she did really love those shorts. That was sad, and she thinks that these will, you know, be very comfortable to wear, so we went ahead and grabbed them, even though I probably won't make those until the summer. We also grabbed the opium coat. I grabbed that one. That was really more me. I just think that that swing coat is so cool, and at some point I would really like to make it for myself. That wasn't one that she picked out. And then obviously the Sirocco jumpsuit that I grabbed for myself, and then she picked out the cardamom dress. So that was a dress that she really enjoyed. We already owned the bluette dress and the Bruyere shirt that I have made for her already. So, and those are the ones that I've made that I just knew fit her really, really well. I also have the Maya Sotis dress. I had that from Sew My Style, but anyway, that I didn't buy that new. That was one I just already had. So anyway, I grabbed those patterns. So then when I was going back through, I really want to make that Sirocco jumpsuit. So I was looking at some knits, and I came across this one, and I think that this is a, hold on, bear with me. Yeah, Art Gallery. An Art Gallery cotton jersey. Look at this print though. Isn't it gorgeous? That dark green. And this green is going to be in my winter color palette that I'm working with for my wardrobe. And it's got just like a little bit of like this peachy pink, like a real creamy white with like a little yellow, which is actually also one of my colors. It's just beautiful. It's a cotton jersey from Art Gallery, but I want to make a Sirocco in this because I think this will be like an answer to my knit dress that I'm just loving right now. And cotton jersey was one of the suggested fabrics. I think you need a jersey that has, or a ponte that has some structure, but also you don't want it to be too, you need like that delicate balance. I think a rayon nylon spandex ponte would be beautiful in that pattern. But yeah, I'm gonna try it with this, and I think it's gonna be phenomenal, and I'm very excited about it. So this is gonna be my Sirocco jumpsuit. Couple more knit patterns for me. And then while I was there, my daughter has asked for a white button-up shirt with a statement sleeve. I am getting ready to knit her a, well, I'm not getting ready to. I have a sweater I'm knitting for her. But then after that, I have a sweater vest, like a fitted sweater vest that she wants, that I'm gonna be knitting up in kind of a gray wool. And she wants a button-up shirt with a big statement sleeve. And she was actually wearing a skirt at church yesterday. And she was like, if I just had that button-up shirt, it'd be perfect with the skirt. I was like, okay, calm your jets. So I don't know what pattern we're gonna do yet. I was gonna play, I mean, I could hack something, obviously, but I may look around and see if there's one already done up. But I just love the her cotton shirting at StyleMaker Fabrics, and so I bought some white for that, for her. I've used this for a classic shirt for myself, and I love it. So I thought that this would be a good fabric for that shirt, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Yeah, it's just a really great shirting, and I think, does it? No, it has no stretch. So this is just going to be really good. And again, I don't know what pattern we're going to use quite yet, but I will figure that out. So something with cup sizes, because, you know, she's got the same issue I do with button-up shirts, and I can slap on another sleeve if we wanted to, but yeah, we're gonna be looking at that. She does want a collar on it. If anyone knows of a button-up shirt, like a fitted button-up shirt with a big statement sleeve, let me know. Again, I can hack something, you know, to make it work. But yeah, if anyone knows of one just off the top of your head, let me know. Because she is wanting that, you know, sooner rather than later. So anyway, there you have it. That is my Black Friday. That is everything that I bought, patterns and fabric on Black Friday. And I really feel like I didn't do too bad, although my husband would disagree. But yeah, I just bought a few pieces of fabric from StyleMaker. Again, I just don't see her doing those sales very often. My birthday's in February, so I will probably be putting together a little bit of a wish list. What I might do though, you have all month to use your discount code for StyleMakers. I may wait until a little bit later in February and buy some fabric for spring capsule. Even though that won't be released until March, I don't think, but still kind of in preparation. Sometimes she'll release the color palette early, and then I can kind of riff off that a little bit on something that I want to do for myself. So anyway, we will see about that. Okay guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you have enjoyed my little haul here. I'll be back on Friday with the pattern re-release. I've made 3 of them and I can't wait to show you guys. It's a great pattern. And it's also the Feature Friday pattern on Friday. So it'll be $5. And Love Notions has changed up their ambassador/affiliate program a little bit, and I now have a 10% off code, which will be 10% off patterns all the time, but it's also 10% off even sale prices. So the Feature Fridays, I'll have a 10% off code. I'll go ahead and put it here if you want to buy, if there's any Love Notions patterns you're wanting right now. But if you use the code Tomcat, you can get 10% off your order at any time at Love Notions. But that will also include, like, you know, on Friday for the Feature Friday, you can use that code and get an additional 10% off the $5. So you get, you know, an extra 50 cents off, which, you know, every little bit helps. So yeah, that is what is coming your way. That's all I've got. Next week we'll be doing wardrobes, showing you my fall wardrobe, and then we'll talk about plans for the winter wardrobe. And yeah, and then the Vlogmas vlogs going up on Sundays. Okay guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.